Okay, class. This lesson summarizes the factors that favor subsistence farming in Rwanda, plus the characteristics of subsistence farming. Let's begin with factors that favor subsistence farming in Rwanda. Let's look at these factors. Number one, majority of the people in Rwanda are low-income earners. Most of our people in Rwanda earn low income, and therefore they are poor. They cannot afford commercial systems of farming and extensive systems of farming like plantation farming. So they resort to this cheap one, which is subsistence farming, where they use local and rudimentary tools. Two, there is shortage of land. You know, Rwanda is one of the highly populated countries in Africa, and therefore land is small, and the available small land is fragmented, and this therefore cannot support, for example, large-scale farming or plantation farming. So farmers resort to subsistence farming. The relief of Rwanda, the topography of Rwanda, the nature of the land discourages other types of farming. For example, in mountainous areas, you cannot practice extensive farming because mechanization will not work, and therefore farmers resort to subsistence farming. Next, the remote areas of some parts of Rwanda are so far from modernization. Most of the parts in Rwanda are remote, and therefore this keeps the farmers tied to traditional methods of farming, including subsistence. Most small-scale farmers in Rwanda are rigid. They are very rigid. They don't admit change. They refuse to adapt to new methods of farming, and they opt to stick to the farming methods of their forefathers, including subsistence. Next, inadequate awareness. There is less mass education about other methods of farming, and therefore, since people are not educated about other commercial and extensive systems of farming, they persist and remain practicing subsistence farming. Let us summarize the characteristics of subsistence farming. These ones are almost similar to what we covered in market gardening and horticulture. Farms are very small. This is obvious. The produce is for home consumption. This is clear. Labor, family labor is mainly used. Labor from the family members. Rudimentary tools, primary tools, or local tools and simple tools are used. For example, hoes and pangas. Food crops are mainly grown for home consumption. Different types of crops are grown together on the same piece of land most of the times. Fields are owned on individual or family basis. They are not for cooperatives. Plots are always fragmented. They are not consolidated, they are fragmented. And scientific methods of farming are not always used. However, these ones may be used in intensive horticulture and market gardening. But most of the farmers don't use scientific methods of farming. Thank you.